Poor soil will be a problem for any gardener, but for a first-year garden, it might be factor number one. Gardens constructed with native soil or soil that came from things like your lawn are usually not very well suited for vegetable gardens. Think about it for just a minute. Over the years, you've treated your lawn. You put fertilizer down to help the grass grow. You've had herbicides to keep the weeds from coming up, and maybe even some pest control products. All that have changed the structure of your soil, so no longer are you able to say, I'm growing in organic soil. And over the years, you've walked on your lawn, which is normal, but walking on your lawn, running tractors over there, or even lawnmowers, and kids playing in the backyard will certainly help compact your soil. So if you're looking to start a new garden and you're going to use native soil or soil from your lawn, pay close attention to the soil information we're about to discuss. And for those with existing gardens, the soil you started out with may be one of the reasons why your garden is underperforming and not producing like it should. Garden soil that lacks essential nutrients, has poor drainage, or is too compacted can stunt plant growth, and that will give you poor results. Regular testing of your soil and amending it with compost, sand, or organic matter will improve its fertility and structure. However, where your soil originally came from may also impact its quality, and if the quality is poor, so will be your garden's performance. We tell customers that there are 5 different kinds of dirt: fill dirt, clay, black dirt, topsoil, and organic soil. Each has its proper use, but really only one of these is best for the veggie garden. If your garden soil came from your lawn, in other words, native soil, again, it's probably not the best choice for your garden as is. But first, let's take a quick look at each of these 5 types of dirt. Homes and neighborhoods that were built as part of a larger development nearly always have native soil issues. The reason is that the topsoil and black dirt that may have covered the development originally is scraped off to facilitate the building process. From the forms and foundations to the manpower and machines, construction requires a solid earthen base. That being said, a finer layer of topsoil is usually added later onto the parcel once construction is completed. This soil is designed to facilitate the planting of grass or the laying of sod for the lawn. However, this layer is generally no more than 1 to 2 inches deep. Underneath is almost always that native fill dirt and clay, and neither of those are acceptable options for a healthy garden. This is fill dirt. Fill dirt is generally soil that's been excavated from construction or landscaping projects. It often lacks organic matter and essential nutrients and can be low in quality. Fill dirt would require heavy amending with compost, fertilizers, and other organic matter to become suitable for growing vegetables. It's best used to fill in a hole created when underground utility lines are run, backfilling a void left by the removal of a large tree or maybe an in-ground pool, raising the landscape grade, or creating a landscape berm. Again, fill dirt is not ideal for vegetable gardening unless it's heavily amended with organic matter. So if your native soil looks like this, I guarantee you your garden will underperform. This is clay soil. Clay soil can be rich in minerals, but it has very poor drainage and becomes very easily compacted. It almost always needs to be amended with organic matter like compost or sand to improve its structure, drainage, and nutrient availability for vegetables. Clay again compacts very well and is often used around construction sites to create a base for buildings, or like here is the bottom of a stormwater retention pond. Clay soil can be challenging for garden vegetables due to its tendency to retain too much water, become very compacted with low soil porosity, and drains poorly. However, some vegetables can thrive in clay soil, but only after you amend it with organic matter like compost to improve drainage and structure. So again, if your native soil looks like this clay, I guarantee you your garden is going to underperform. Black dirt refers to rich, dark, fertile soil sometimes usually made up of decomposed organic material and chemicals and minerals like nitrogen and iron, which gives black dirt its dark color. It's good for growing plants as it tends to be nutrient rich, but like topsoil, its exact nutrient content can vary widely. Black dirt is a good soil base for both the lawn and the garden, but not in the lumpy, clumpy state like we see it here. Roots will not penetrate these clumps, and moisture control is all but impossible. Black dirt like this needs to be broken up by a pulverizer machine like this, or a simple rototiller like this. Manually using your hands or just by simple garden tools. But black dirt is okay for vegetable gardening, provided that it's finely textured and has a rich dark color, indicating a good amount of organic material present. Again, if your dirt looks like this, you're off to a good start. Topsoil is the uppermost layer of soil, which can be fertile and nutrient rich if it's from a healthy environment. It can vary in quality depending upon where it's sourced. If topsoil is mixed with organic matter, it can become very beneficial for your vegetable garden. It's best used in general gardening, especially when you combine it with compost or organic matter to boost nutrient content. So if your native soil looks like this, you're almost there. And while we're discussing types of dirt, let's also address the issue of sand. In our opinion, sand is not optional, but necessary for garden soil. Sand improves drainage and aeration by creating air pockets between soil particles. We refer to this as improved soil porosity. Porosity reduces soil compaction and increases the space between soil particles, thus enabling water and nutrients to flow more freely through the soil. Sand also greatly improves tillage, or the ability to work with and in the soil. We recommend fine sand for any in-the-ground garden or for use on the lawn, as fine sand helps retain moisture. And our recommendation for any type of garden bed raised above the ground is coarse sand, since it aids in moisture control and prevents waterlogging. If your garden doesn't have sand, consider one of our mix and till options of sand and compost. And if your garden soil looks like this, not only are you good to go, you're good to grow, because this is what organic soil should look like. What most people are looking for when they want organic soil is soil without added chemicals, herbicides, pesticides, or fertilizers. Organic soil is rich in organic matter, compost, decomposed plant material, and even animal manure. It provides high levels of nutrients, improves soil structure, increases water retention, and promotes beneficial microbial activity, all of which support healthy plant growth. Organic soil is your best option for vegetables and plants in need of fertile, nutrient-rich soil. Organic soil typically has a well-balanced of macro and micronutrients. Again, what most people are looking for when they want organic soil is soil that's never seen chemicals, like here in the middle of a forest. True organic soil, therefore, can be difficult to source. The easiest way to get organic soil for your garden is to have it made, using natural building blocks like topsoil, compost, and sand. Keep in mind that to take dirt from good to better, it needs amendments like compost and sand. But in order to take dirt from good to better to best, it must be blended and not just mixed, which is exactly what we do here at Tim Wallace Soil Mix Supply. Remember, your garden soil is the most important part of your garden and the second most likely reason your garden is poorly producing and underperforming. As we've just seen, all dirt is not created equal, and therefore all dirt is not fit for a healthy, productive garden. When you start with good soil, you get good results. Keep in mind that today's Garden Killer topic is very closely associated with one or maybe two other topics. So for the best possible overview on how to keep your garden safe all season long, be sure you watch all 10 of our videos. Hey, before you leave, be sure to hit that subscribe button to stay current with all of our Soil Channel videos. And again, on behalf of Tim Wallace Soil Mix Supply and the Soil Channel,
I'm Tim Wallace.
and I'm Joe. Thanks for watching. Now grow and make it a great day. On the website, you're able to see all the different soil blends we have for the lawn, the garden, planting areas, and even golf courses. Also, you'll be able to see what component products we put into each mix, information about those products, and the ratios of every one of our mixes. Under About Us, be sure to check out our blog posts. Great information about caring for the lawn and the garden.